today we're going to be installing the RX dual valve can on a Cadillac CTS-V. Our normal mounting place would be back in here, but we have an aftermarket reservoir on this one, so we're not going to be able to make use of that. So we're going to show you alternate mounting places. It's a bit difficult. It can be mounted back into here with a combination of brackets that will mount onto either a coil bracket or this rear bolt on the upper plenum of the supercharger. If you relocate, which it just takes tweaking and bending the AC low and high side line here, you can move it over, and there's room to mount this here and have your bracketry go down to the coil mount. But what we're going to do, as we've seen online several imaginative people have done, is we've got a cold air box, which many are going to have. We're going to remove the top. We're going to be mounting this can down inside to the housing. We're going to put our fittings and lines to come through a nice little niche where we can come through with this, where they will go around and connect where we need them. One is going to connect here just in front of the throttle body. We will be adding a barb that's for one of the outlets. And then over here is the OEM connector. Now this is difficult to see if you can get down in. It's a U-shaped convoluted tube. The top section of this tube, and we're going to use a flat blade screwdriver to pry off, and you can see we have a tab right there. That gray tab you push out of the way, and then you just have to pry this off, and that will come loose. And we're going to do the same with the bottom. And once we've got this apart, we're going to get the bottom one as well loose. And the bottom fitting from the valley cover will go to the center of the catch can. And the top fitting will go to the primary outlet from the catch can, one of the outer ones with check valve. So, alright, we've got the top loose. Spin it and get at that tab on the bottom. So we're just going to rotate this until we can see that release tab. You can see it is right there. Press down with that release tab. And it'll pop right off, and as you can see, here's the release tab on each of these. See how that pushes and releases both sides of this. This piece you can put in a Ziploc baggie and hold if you ever want to return it to stock. Now we look down in here, you can see the upper barb is our vacuum source that'll go to the primary outlet. The bottom is the Crankcase Evacuation barb, and that's going to go to the center of the RX can right there. So, alright, now we're going to take a few minutes, get some lines run on the can, and put this together. So we're going to go in here and we're first going to snugly slide this all the way on that bottom valley cover. Barb, and this is where our crankcase vapors are going to be evacuated from. And we can take and just nice and neatly bring this line up through, make it look as stock as possible. You don't want a kink on it, but you want it out of the way of the pulleys and the belt. So we're going to bring this through here, and this is going to be connecting to one of our outlets. And what we're doing with this location inside the airbox is it is a snug enough fit that we're going to do it so for draining you'll just need to remove your top, pull it off, put a cup or empty water bottle underneath it, open your drain. When you're finished, close it, and you'll be able to slide this right back in there. And we'll put a little double-sided foam on here to keep it from chafing. So we're going to measure what we need, again, long enough so it's not kinking. And we're going to cut this line. This is going to go on to primary check valve always flowing away from the can. You'll see the flow arrows on these. So, alright. So we have the upper barb, which is the vacuum barb from the supercharger housing, going to one of the outer fittings with the one-way check valve. The lower barb from the valley cover is going to go to the center of the can. And we're going to have one more. What we're going to do here is we're going to drill and put a barb into just upstream of the throttle body, so that at wide open throttle, when you need maximum evacuation, we're going to be using both the suction from the supercharger and just upstream of the throttle body. Pull with your 3/8 may be just a little tight, but we want it tight to be able to force this barb in. And what I do is I take my piece of hose that's left, I'm going to measure it. We're going to need about a 2-foot piece to go here, so I'll go cut that. Okay, so I like to first put this on, get a little bit of grease, firmly snap in and allow no leaks. So we're going to force this in. I'm going to take this first, move it out of the way. And as you see, it pops right in there. It is good and sealed. There's going to be nothing leaking. Put this one back into place. We're going to again route this. I'm going to put it underneath the high side AC line. I'm going to come in here. We're going to be a little bit long. Now, firmly push it up on that check valve. So, we're going to want to snug up both the A and fittings. A small crescent wrench. You can easily do this. Don't want to over tighten, just snug. Center fitting, it's a push on, so you orient that any way you would like. Alright, this is going to go inside here. And it's going to fit, totally concealed. We're going to reinstall the top of this cold air intake. And we're going to have a final installation. Before doing so, though, we're going to want to start this up, and we're going to listen for vacuum leaks and make sure. So if you want to start it up, Jason. On the bottom, not feeling any leaks.